my mentor really just broke it down for me. And she said, do you want to continue to work 70-hour weeks because you want kids, and kids in 70-hour weeks, you're not going to be around for it. So
that's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you if you started making a mindset shift right about that time when you met your mentor, if that is when you became more aggressive as it related to real estate investing.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like if you could find in life, we all look for partners, and I'm no therapist or anything else, but I think that we all look for partners, a husband, a wife, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we make this big list of things, and I think that oftentimes we sell ourselves out of the market. But what I found with this person was, and she was my mentor, but she was my cheerleader. Everything I did, she was just so proud of. She was just so on it. She was so just excited about everything. And I think that we all need these people. And when you find these people in life, either make them your partner or make them your mentor, because those are the people that are going to make us productive. And so I think with her experience and with her kind of drive and focus, I was able to really hone in what I really wanted, and then I just went for it.
A lot of people say that when the student is ready, the mentor will come. How did you end up getting that mentor? And was it something that was just like by accident, or was it something that at that time in your life you were purposefully looking for somebody to kind of guide you? And how important of a fact has that played in your life?
I think that maybe that there was some. It probably been there. Been enough time where I made enough financial kind of, I don't know if you want to call them mistakes, but I have enough financial experience to know that a different car, a different house, a different whatever didn't change anything for me. And I think when someone really does break down for you, that you get one chance at life, and life is really about those two things, your time and your experience. Then things start to come into focus a little more. And I was at a place already where I was making fairly decent money, but also her argument was, you've been making fairly decent money. What's between you and making really good money? Like, what's between what sits between you and making the amount of money that you think is crazy? And I thought, well, working a little harder and maybe working a little different. And that really is the difference for all of us. Working a little harder and working a little different. So, and with that, she basically gave me this checklist of, well, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? And so I think kind of with that little new toolbox I had, I thought, okay, well, now I'm not worried. Now I'm not saving up for another car or another vacation or another whatever. I'm saving to build an empire that I'm going to pass down to somebody else. And writing up that will not too long ago, and giving my favorite brother 6 units, felt pretty good. And then just break them out into the brothers and everyone else, just it feels good.
So you ended up giving a property to a family member, a brother.
Yeah. Well, so it said in my will. So when I'm gone, but yeah.
Oh, in your will. Okay.
Yeah, when I'm gone, it's Christmas.
That's awesome, man. So it's funny because one of the things that I loved about what you were saying is that if you find somebody who is the type of person like your mentor was, to either make them a partner or make them your mentor, I think that it's all about exposure sometimes, just being exposed. Like sometimes we get so caught up in our environment that like we only see what we see because that's what we're around. But whenever you're exposed to somebody like your mentor, it kind of forces you to think a little bit differently and to think about things from a different perspective. And it sounds like that's what your mentor did for you. I remember there's this guy named Grant Cardone, and he started talking about apartments this, apartments that, like buying multi-unit. And at that time, I had only bought singles, doubles, triples, fourplexes. And then he put that idea in my head in 2017. And then I made a goal that I was going to buy an apartment complex. Sure enough, 2019, I ended up buying a 25 unit in Oxnard. And when I set the goal, I would have never imagined that it would have happened. But that mentor right there, or that person, that exposure, it ended up, and that's cool. You said make them a partner, make them your mentor, one of the two, but do whatever you can to keep them in your life, essentially, because they will push you and help you be a better version of yourself.